Yo, what's up guys, it's Skills. In today's video, as you saw it in the title and thumbnail, Demon MELIODAS is going to be coming out. So I will be doing a separate showcasing of his video, and we're just going to be talking about the unit while just giving you a quick glance of what to expect with this damage dealing unit. Now we're going to actually go into doing some boss battle just because we're going to do the last stage, and we're going to go ahead and see how this goes. Now this unit is going to be insane. Now, even with or without Lilia, he's still going to be really good, so don't expect anything, you know, like low balling or anything like that. He's still going to do some crazy damage. But if we go on this side, you'll see that the notice for global will be coming out soon. Chapter 9 is coming out, as well as the limit break to level 80. So if you guys didn't check out the video on which units to level 80, you should check that out as well. And then you have the increased drop rate for the new Demon Melee that's coming out, which is the one right here. So this unit is gonna be very, very fun to use. When you first get him, you're basically you're just gonna spam his AOE attacks, right? So I'm gonna have the card on the side right here, right? And we're gonna basically talk about him, but I'm gonna talk about his passive because I don't obviously you don't see it. But if I close this real quick, you'll see his passive. So when the hero has 4 or less ultimate move gauges, the hero's attack skills cannot be disabled. So in PvP base, that's going to be very useful if you're fighting a Gother, because he can't steal your attacks as long as you have 4 or less, you know, the ultimate move gauge orbs. But let's just go ahead and see. So this is his second skill right here. If we go down here, this is his corrosion. So what corrosion does is that it's going to inflict damage equal to 20% of max HP on all enemies for 2-star or 3-star. The first star is only 15%, but you have to know that corrosion does additional damage at the end of every turn. So if we do this right like that, right, it's going to do 15%, but we're going to rank him up because we want to see some damage from him. So we're going to do corrosion, and then we're going to do his 2-star first skill attack, which is going to do 150% damage on all enemies. Now know this, he has a pierce. So what pierce does is that it is going to be a 3 times pierce rate increase, which is why he does a lot of damage. You saw 123,000. That's basically taking almost everyone's health half away. So the way this unit works is, obviously, he is really good with his pierce rating, and that's the main thing about this unit. If you can see on the graph right here, he's good for PvE farming and all of PvP in general, which is why he's really good for that. We're going to actually do another corrosion. We're going to do this, and then we're going to just attack. So he's good for PvP, which is his main usage. If you have Blue Lilia, if Blue Lilia does come out sometime soon, you're going to see a huge difference in how much damage he does. Now, unfortunately, I don't have Blue Lilia, so I can't really show you guys how she works. But basically, the way she works is that she increases all of your allies' pierce rate by 50% of the value of hero's pierce rating. So Demon MELIODAS already has 40% pierce rating itself. So getting 50% more and then doing a 3 times pierce rate increased damage with his first skill attack is why he is so fun to use and so crazy. So we're going to go ahead and attack all again, and then we're going to do his ultimate. Now I would obviously I guess we could do it this way. So let's actually attack with his ult first, then we'll do that, and then we'll just end it off like that. So that's an easy dub right here, and just know this unit is very, very fun. Very, very fun to use in my opinion. He's actually one of the best units in the game, and this is a super stack I'm showing you guys so you guys can see it. That's how it looks. So 47,000, not much damage, but then obviously attacking like this would do a lot more damage. So it's just that pierce rating. He's insane with pierce rating, and basically his gear is attack and defense gear. So any attack and defense gear you have, just put it on him and he should be fine. Now if you really wanted to do something specific, you guys can, and focus it more on pierce rate for his substats, or you can work on attack on his substats. It's up to you, whichever way you guys want to do it. I'll show you his actual gear, but the one I was running was not the one he actually belonged to, because in JP UR gear is out, so obviously he'd be doing a lot more damage, but I didn't want to show that kind of damage because I wanted to make it somewhat as realistic as possible to what global has right now. So because we don't have UR gear, you know, this is going to be different. Now if once we do get UR gear, I'm assuming if they do MELIODAS like they did in JP, UR gear is going to be crazy for this MELIODAS. So let's look at him real quick right here. Now his gear, this is his gear. Now in global, I don't know when UR gear will come out, but for JP, you can see that whenever you have UR gear on a unit and it's not lit up on the top left side, then this gear does not belong to the unit. But this is what the gear would be for SSR base. So all these stats that you see are only SSR. they only work when the actual UR gear is specific for Demon Melee. So you're going to see 11,472. If we switch it, you're going to see a difference. Now you're going to see 12,648 because it's lit up. So now we're going to actually just try him on normal stuff. Like, we're just going to, you know, basically farm out and see how this goes and just see like what he can do for damage dealing. So we're going to go in auto and just let it be. Now I want to talk about a couple teams that you could possibly make with this unit. So at the beginning of this unit for global, there might be some units that you can run with him, and that's going to be depending on what you're focusing on. So for PvP, your main base things you could use would most likely be, you know, Escanor, and you can have, like, let's just say Gother on here, for example, because of the rank ups, as well as the passive, which would be very helpful because his passive is going to allow all allies attack by 10% as long as he doesn't take damage. So if you know, somehow survive one round without taking damage, that's an additional 10%. Now another unit you could try running him with would be Arthur. The reason why is because you can give him that 3-star buff from his second skill, so that's going to do more damage because of the basic stats going up. So you can try those kinds of units on the team and see how well it goes for you with Blue Demon Melee. But at the end of the day, Blue Demon Melee, he's good for farming. You'll see like he will do some good damage, but his main thing is, you know, doing more damage when he has that specific unit, which is going to be Blue Lilia whenever that comes out. But for Blue Demon Melee, I think it's worth summoning for, because one, he's one of the best farming units in the game, and two, he's going to do one of the highest dealing damages as a AoE for global once he comes out. The other unit you could run with him would be Hendrickson. Now the reason why I'm saying Hendrickson is because he allows, with his passive, he increases pierce rate by 5% per ally skill use. So per ally skill use. So I'm assuming the way that's set up means you can have him in the 4th slot, and you can use any of your cards, and they would do more damage with every skill attack that you're using, and it can go up to 10 times for the limit. So you can do basically, what, 50% extra. So it's basically Lilia as a passive essentially, but it's more whenever it's, you know, using it turn by turn. Obviously 10 rounds is a lot, and I don't think you'd actually last that long, but hey, that could actually help you in PvP, and could be a free-to-play way of doing it with this Demon Melee. But we'll still take what we have with the Demon Melee. I think there are other units that you could try running him with, but to make it work the best right now, I think these would be your best units to try running and see how well it goes on a team. Because other than that, Demon Melee is just literally going to be a good farming unit until, I would say, Blue Lilia comes out, and then PvP, that's basically where you're going to be dominating, because that pierce rate comp is going to be disgusting. And you could technically do this in geared PvP, because if you do geared PvP and you have Blue Lilia, once you see her in global, you can run Hauser as well. Hauser is super good because his pierce rating is the same as Meliodas, so you can see the same exact damage as well. But it's just a little bit different in the pierce rating itself, because he's 20% and Meliodas is 40%. So Meliodas has a higher chance of doing more damage because of that. But if you have these two units together, and then obviously Blue Lilia, that comp is going to be very fun to use. Very toxic because it's going to be hard to beat, but I'm pretty sure there will be teams that you'll see that will beat you at one point. But for units they can try at least to start off with, these are the main units I would focus on and see what you can do with them, just because, you know, you're trying to do the most damage with Demon Melee. So with this right here, you're going to see he's still doing a lot of damage with his AoEs, which is really good for you. So yeah, farming base, great unit. PvP, he will, I think, a little bit lack, just a little bit. He'll still be very good because he's an AoE, but his full potential won't be there until Blue Lilia comes out. So I still think it's going to be worth getting him just because he's a fantastic unit. Unfortunately, they brought him out first before the Blue Lilia, and if they do Blue Lilia as a guaranteed unit, then she's going to be 240 gems just to get a guaranteed one. But without that, you know, it is what it is with that. I will still say summon and hope to pull Demon Meliodas. If you don't pull him in like 300, 400 gems, that's when I would say probably save your gems for Blue Lilia, because she will help your pierce rating teams much more in the long run, and then you'll have a chance of getting Demon Melee from like the part 2 tickets or other tickets that come out for this game. But that's basically for this video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it. If it's worth summoning for him, if you guys got this far, yes, pull for him. I wouldn't say go too crazy, but at least try to pull for him because he is a fantastic unit. I think he's going to be worth it in the long run in PvP and PvE content. And he's very, very good, especially for Training Cave as well, once you have, you know, another good unit for him. So, yeah, I'd say that's good for that. I think other than that, that's pretty much it for the video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you guys did, let me know in the comments below. Let me know if you guys are summoning for this Demon Melee. If you are, drop a like on this video, and then let me know how many gems you plan on going into it, because I think I'm going to go like 300 gems. If I don't get him, I'll save and wait until Blue Lilia comes out, and then see how I can go about it with pulling Blue Lilia, or guaranteeing Blue Lilia, hopefully. So yeah, that's going to do it for today's video, guys. Have a good day.